All right, so DFW Undercover's interview with Red Angel Theory. Let's start on this side. Who you are and what you do.
Nick, play drums and backup vocals.
Monica and I'm vocals.
Phil and I play bass. Brandon and I play guitar.
All right, so every time we've seen y'all, great energy, kick-ass show. Y'all are playing at Andy's tonight, White Elephant. Wow, how long y'all been around? What other bands you been in?
Well, this unit as a whole, me, Brandon, and Phil have been together since November of 2010.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then Monica's been with us since January, actually, probably November of last year.
We started doing shows in January.
Yeah.
You play all around Denton, Dallas.
We've been hitting Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton pretty hard. We're actually going to take a break for a couple of months to write some new material and figure out what we want to do from there.
Cool. Y'all got an EP out?
Yeah, we have a 3-song EP right now, and yeah, it's 3 songs available on iTunes, Amazon, and we're just promoting that. So we should have some new stuff pretty soon, but that's what we're doing.
While you're taking the break.
Yeah.
Good. Influences. Y'all got a lot of interesting stuff going on. I mean, anything major that y'all share collectively as an influence?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's okay too. I mean,
you know, everybody has such a varied influence.
Yeah, we're all from such
it
different
kind of complements
backgrounds.
in a weird way.
It's a lot of. That's one of the things that makes it really cool because, like myself, I like bands from Kill Switch Engage to Cure. So it's like very eclectic, and everybody else also has those things. But the really big premise is pull from all your real influences. Don't do the we want to sound like Seven Dust and only ride that train out. You know, actually get in and dig in and do your thing, and just pull from. If you like Helmet, if you like Fugazi, if you like whatever, just play it and see what happens.
Right.
That's where the melting point comes.
Good. So, like your process, how do you go about writing a song? I mean, is there like one riff master and everybody draws from that, or?
I want to say 90% of it usually comes from a riff from Brandon. We just build and build and build.
Yeah.
I mean, we've actually got one song in our set called "The Darkness," which that came from Phil. It was actually supposed to be a pretty, in his mind, it was going to be a punk song, pretty quick and upbeat, which it still is.
Right.
But I think the way that me and Brandon, wrote it into our style, it blends really well.
Everybody kind of polishes it off in their own little way.
That's where the whole everybody comes from different backgrounds comes in.
Right.
It's like I have one thing in my head, or Brandon will have something in his head. It turn out completely different than what we originally thought we would do. Yeah, because I remember when I brought the original riff for when the Dust Settles to the table, it was super metal and very fast and kind of all over the place, and then there just wasn't really a groove or anything for them to grind on with it. And so like I took it after showing it to them and seeing that wasn't really flying, reworked it, brought it back, and even still changed it, from when we started playing it to what's on the EP now.
Right. So everybody's got a voice, and
absolutely. Except for Monica.
Shut up.
So lyrically, I mean, Monica, do you write?
Yeah, a lot of I'm there for writing, and I always put in my input and everything. A lot of times, once a basic part is written, I take it back. Like we'll have a recording, and I'll take it back and kind of. I'll have ideas on different structures. Sometimes we'll change the structures and just the lyrics. Sometimes I have to go home and get in my headspace and the zen, and light a candle and and get the lyrics and then go from there. So it's all really collective.
Good. So y'all don't have like a general theme or anything that you draw from lyrically, musically?
The main thing I would say is letting it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like whatever's on your mind. Like I don't know if it's in terms of lyrical content, but like for me personally, the guitar stuff, what I bring to the table may mean something totally different than what the song actually wants it being about.
Yeah,
but I never let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like I always hold that for myself.
One of the things that we like to say when we're actually writing is, Brandon says this a lot, don't overthink it. If you're overthinking it, stop. Just let it flow.
But I mean, lyrically, like a lot of it's very cathartic, but at the same time, it's we're very positive. But some of the stuff is very dark and a dark subject matter. But the basis of what we want to present is, and what we believe too, as far as being, you know, moving forward with your life and things, is a positive message. So, and getting through something instead of.
So is there anything behind the name, Red Angel Theory? Is that just...
Actually, that was a great question. I've been doing this for a long time. I'd gotten to the point where I was doing a lot of sideman work in other bands and basically being a hired gun. This is the part, this is how it goes, this is your uniform that you wear when you show up to play, and I just got really tired of it. And actually I took a break from playing and just got back to all my basic influences. Whatever it was that, you know, this band was like, man, you're listening to that, why are you listening? You're supposed to be listening to this kind of stuff. And I was like, screw all that, I'm just going to pop in what I want to hear. And the idea of the name was more or less, you know, that theory of just being able to just allow yourself to be red, just glow if you're angry, glow if you're happy. You know, and it's the theory of that, and just you're trying to be as real and honest as you can be. I wanted this band to be, this was my big mission statement. If something's bothering you, you come to one of our shows, you pop in one of our discs, whatever it is, I want you to feel better about yourself. I don't want you to feel worse. I don't want you to, you know, anything like that. And just, if it, scream therapy, man. You know, if you feel better, about screaming it, whatever, you know, that's the thing. You know, that and just, I think that genuine music speaks loudly.
Right.
You know,
go back to being yourself, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
What brings you to loving what you do?
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's my opinion. You know?
One of the things that when some people ask me that, I like to say that, you know, our message is a message of perseverance. You keep going, you do not quit until you achieve what you want to achieve. When the Dust Settles, that song means a lot to me because, you know, just like the title words to it, you know, when the dust settles, what's going to be left of you when the dust settles? Are you going to let everybody else's crap and words and whatever that they've done to you put you down, or are you going to overcome it? Are you going to push through? What's left of you when the dust settles?
So are y'all saying that your genre is more Christian-based, or?
Not necessarily. We are getting pulled into that, which we're completely okay with, mainly because of our message. We want to reach as many people as we can. Now, we like playing in both markets, which is it's great. You know, we played with TFK and the Letter Black and Love and Death and those guys at Trees, and you know that crowd. That was a great crowd to play in front of, and that was a Christian crowd. You know, so
we kind of, you know, on both sides of the coin on that, because there's nothing that we say that's necessarily preachy or anything that's religious even, you know what I mean? But our vibe and our message jives with a lot of different genres, and it doesn't necessarily exclude any other audience.
That's good. You reach as many people as possible with a
Which
good
is a
message.
slippery slope, though, if you're not careful, because when you try to say, you know, we don't want to be locked into the is your Christian band or secular band, whatever it is. I think that when you're trying to do that, you constantly have to go, no, we're a very positive based. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is how you should believe, or this is what passage you need to read to make your day better. You know, that's something that I think should definitely be left up to the individual.
You should have been cussing during that whole thing. The train would have beeped it all the way out.
Right?
It's been awesome.
So going back to yourselves and the music you like to listen to, what local bands do y'all like to listen to? Who do you like to go out and see?
Local as in Dallas or Texas?
Texas?
Why do you think it's
wherever your car will take you.
DFW?
Yeah, the DFW.
I'm a big fan of Moving Atlas. I've known Ross for a little while. I've known Ross Rubio for a little while, and that cat's amazing on drums. Moving Atlas, the Circle's doing some good things right now. I've known those guys for a bit too. I think we all have. We actually just played with them last night. That's me.
Okay. Well, your turn, Brandon. Big Moving Atlas fan. I'm also a big fan of that train. Anyways, Moving Atlas, I would have to say them. I really like Secret Divorce a lot. I also like The Circle as well. Really good friends with the guys in Atticane. They're doing some really cool stuff. Working with Jeff Blue, who's the guy that essentially got Linkin Park signed. Really pumped to hear some of their new stuff when it comes out. Other non-huge national acts, there's a band called Acaro that I caught with a Kill Switch back in December that I thought was really awesome. Them and who else was it that we really like the Letter Black, although they're signed.
Yeah. They're also not from Texas. They're also not from Texas.
I don't
That's
care.
all right. That's all right. That's all right.
This is my part.
So, anybody you guys haven't played a show with, that you'd like to play a show with? Maybe.
Alter Bridge.
Red.
All the people I want to play with are dead now.
Oh.
Man,
Wow, way to bring the. That's awesome.
All right. Get the
We're a
shovels.
positive, uplifting
Get the
band. Our
shovels.
singer wants to perform with dead people.
I didn't mean it like that. I just meant
Oh, that's okay.
the first thing that comes to mind is like old. For me, it wouldn't fit, but
That's okay.
you know.
So what do y'all think of DFW Undercover? What we're doing?
I think it's
Honestly,
awesome.
I think
That's great.
it's a necessity in the area, to be honest.
For sure.
It gives everybody a chance to go online and actually be a little more personable, or get to know the bands.
It makes the Dallas local music scene just that much, more in the spotlight. Like it's not about your friend's band playing; it's about everybody playing.
And
Look, you don't get any insight if you didn't have something like that.
Exactly.
It's not, the personableness. We're not, some people do think they're rock stars, which wish them well, but the ones that aren't would appreciate something like
Right,
that.
and if it wasn't
Because
for
you get that chance to tell a little bit about
if it wasn't for people like you guys doing that, a lot of bands, that's how people grow up on the scale, on the ladder to success, We need that. So I think you guys are doing a great thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
We appreciate y'all's support.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
support y'all
we appreciate
110,000%.
Right now.
Y'all have been to a few of our shows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
are.
we seem to bump into you all the time,
Shows
so.
to support anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what it's about. I mean, it doesn't matter who's
That's
playing.
what this scene is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
It's support.
Yeah, but
And
a lot of
bands don't get that through this, but what y'all are doing is it's great.
Well, it's been overran with egos and cliches.
There you go.
I mean, it's like, oh yeah, no, we need to backline our gear. We're headlining. And it's like, I could care less what time I play. Honestly, I'm older, so the earlier it was just me, I can go home to bed. And it's awesome. And my feet don't
Eats
hurt.
breakfast at 4.
Eat breakfast at 4.
Dinner at 2.
Dinner at 2. I go mall walking for 30 minutes. And then a little can of insurance change, it depends on the amount.
Right. Okay, so other than taking your break to write some new material, what's in the future for Red Angel Theory?
We've actually just signed with a management company. We're working with Bobby Seekinen. I always mess it up.
That dude.
I'm sorry, Bobby. With Shadow Media Entertainment, so he's working on some cool things for us. Just working on getting some shows outside of Dallas. We're gonna try to hit up, a few of the states surrounding and just cities surrounding, or cities around Texas. We'll probably be back in Dallas at the end of September.
What about this Power FM?
Those guys,
It's been a blessing.
yeah, they have been actually.
They've been playing ours. We have a single called Shattered, and they've been playing that.
Yeah,
Make sure to request that.
Yeah, every single night from 7 to 10, it's all request show. Every band that's a local band gets put on that before they get moved over to full rotation. But our stuff's been, every time I turn on that radio during the request, it's on, or it's been played. So it's awesome, especially when you get online and it's like, oh, I'm jamming out to Red Angel Theory on Power FM.
Yeah, and we've had people come to the shows. Someone came out to the show and said that they just came out because they heard us on the radio. And that was a really good feeling, Even when your friends call and say, hey, I heard that song,
So
It was such a good feeling.
they've definitely been a blessing.
That's been really nice. Because it's not like the typical, you're trying to that's on our own merit. That's not a radio ad campaign push. It costs you 10 grand per market that you're in, which I've looked into those before with other projects, and it's just I would rather go somewhere because somebody likes it, not because I'm shoving it down your throat. That you have to like it. That type of thing.
So you have a Reverb Nation.
Yeah, we've got Reverb Nation, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We've got our own website, www.angeltheory.com. Pretty much that's every single social outlet we've got.
Come to the shows.
We've got, like she said, we've got our EP on iTunes, Amazon. We've also got download cards at every single show.
Anything else you want the fans to know?
Like she just said, come to a show.
Yeah, and thank you for all the support. Everybody that constantly comes to the show and buys our t-shirts and wears our t-shirts out. And
oh, absolutely. I mean, y'all are the ones that make it worth it,
Shows are the best social media.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Well, thank y'all very much.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having us, dude.
Listen closely to the rhythm coming from inside.